What's up, everybody? This is Steve with Altcoin Buzz, and today we're going to talk about Ripple, aka XRP. So what's been going on with Ripple? Because if you've been watching the markets, you've kind of noticed not only has it fallen a little bit in the last 7 days, but right now it's been kind of remaining flat. It fell back to where it was before the beginning of the week. So earlier in the week, Ripple's prices went up as well as the rest of the market for the most part when Bitcoin first started to soar to 10 and then 11,000. And then the Ripple price receded like most did when the big sell-off happened earlier this week, but Ripple hasn't rebounded. So Ripple, if you're not invested in it, it's probably a good coin to get invested in, and don't just take my word for it, because this is just my observation and my advice to you. So anytime Jeff or Steve or Sayesh or any of us give you guys any type of recommendation, it's just coming from our own personal perspective. And to be clear, I am personally invested in Ripple, so I do want to see this succeed. But right now I'm seeing a lot of inactivity with the currency. Some of that could actually be because it has such a large circulating supply. If we take a look, there's over 38 billion Ripple coins out there. Compare that to anything that's higher valued, such as Bitcoin at 16 million, 96 million Ethereum, 16 million Bitcoin Cash. So clearly, like more than 1,000 times as many coins in circulation. So you got to keep that in mind. But look at its total market cap. It's the 4th largest coin on the market. It's got quite a ways to go just to even equal Bitcoin Cash. But if perchance it got the market capital to get there, then it would be valued at 75 cents, which would be a big investment to get in. And here's where we want to talk about what's coming down the pipeline for Ripple. So if you're gonna want to get in on it, I personally feel like I should increase my position right now, and that's why I wanted to sort of talk about it, because there's a lot of things coming down the pipeline. Some news this past week on Ripple and some events that'll be taking place here shortly. So first off, Ripple is a cryptocurrency that is designed to exchange money in a more rapid manner between financial institutions. So they've worked with American Express. I know that there's been interest from some other major banks in the United States to work with Ripple in order to transfer currency. If you've ever sent money from one account to the other in a banking environment, aka sending somebody money or paying a bill through a bill pay system, you'll know that it takes days typically for those funds to clear. You might have a pending charge, and then days go by and then your bill's actually paid. Or let's say that you go and return something to a store or dispute a charge on your credit card. It's going to take days typically for that money to get credited back to your account. So Ripple allows these financial institutions in virtually real time, with the aid of the decentralized blockchain, to be able to transact on that ledger in a very rapid manner. So that way funds are transferred not quite instantly. Obviously it doesn't happen magically, but within seconds or moments instead of days. So instead of having clearing houses and checks on hold, things like that, Ripple helps create a settlement virtually instantaneously. So financial institutions are really looking at this because, one, it cuts down on the fees. When you send money from one bank to the other, those banks charge each other fees. They usually pass those fees on to you. If they can avoid those fees and speed up the process, it's a better user experience, and then also less chance that they're going to be losing money or crediting money before it's actually been verified the funds are available. So banks are really starting to pay attention to Ripple. Why is that important? Somebody as credible as American Express taking interest in a cryptocurrency, which is kind of a taboo up to this point, which is why we haven't seen such mainstream adoption, means that they see something in the technology. Now, they may not believe wholly in cryptocurrencies as a market, but the technology that's behind them, you'll see a lot of people focusing on, okay, blockchain's good. We're going to integrate blockchain with our technology. We're going to take blockchain. They may not be saying, hey, we want to create coins or tokens, but they like the technology because of its expediency, its security, things of that nature. So that Ripple is set out with RippleNet to be able to solve the problem of those financial institutions. Now, next up, big news. So Michael Arrington, he's the founder of TechCrunch. If you're not familiar with TechCrunch, TechCrunch is one of the big top tech sites out there. They also have a sister website called Crunchbase, which is designed for venture capital. So Michael Arrington is really involved in the tech space and also in the fundraising to support the new startups in the tech space. So Crunchbase is another one of those spin-offs of TechCrunch. It's kind of like Coinbase with TechCrunch, Crunchbase. So the guy that founded this, Michael Arrington, he's now starting up an investment fund, a hedge fund. And what they're doing is they're going to be backing their hedge fund on XRP. So that's a big deal. Normally these funds are done in some type of fiat currency. US dollars is typical. But not only are they going to require people that buy in to the hedge fund to purchase their stake in XRP tokens, but they're actually, in addition to that, going to be paying the salaries of the people in the fund in XRP. And they also require that all of their leadership have a large stake in XRP. So they don't have to be solely focused on that coin, but they want to make sure that everybody believes in the technology to the point where they're willing to accept their own personal salaries and stake some of their own personal net wealth in the platform. So right now, he announced this earlier this week at a tech conference in New York, or investor conference, but he's wanting to raise at least $100 million, which sounds daunting, except that already since the announcement, probably with a little bit of prior legwork, he's already secured more than $50 million of assets to be able to purchase XRP. Now he is going to diversify the hedge fund's investments. It's not going to be solely XRP. You wouldn't need to go to his hedge fund to be able to purchase a stake in XRP. That would be silly. You would just go buy XRP on the market and hold it yourself. He hopes through a series of pattern trading to be able to increase the net wealth of this fund using the boom that he predicts is coming in cryptocurrencies. So $100 million, we compare that to the nearly $10 billion of market cap, and $100 million is really a drop in the bucket. What his $100 million investment would do, assuming that it's not already partially invested in XRP, would kind of push this closer to the whole rounded $10 billion mark, because it's at 9.8 plus currently. So news like this should help spur some interest in Ripple. You can't say that it doesn't have interest, otherwise how did $10 billion get in there? How did they circulate 38 billion coins? So people are clearly interested in it, but like I said, I feel like it's just being flat. People are waiting for something big to happen with Ripple. And the fact also that it's got nearly 39 billion tokens and it has 25-cent value, that's strong, right? Because when you're outweighing a lot of these other coins by a factor of 1,000 or 2,000, and you're worth somewhere in that range of 1,000 or 2,000 less, it puts you on par with some of the other coins. So let's take another look at Michael Arrington's XRP Capital, which it's going to be called Arrington XRP Capital. So he believes in Ripple so strongly that XRP is going to be ingrained in the name of his hedge fund. So it's not going to be something based in dollars. So this means that the technology, RippleNet, which is based in San Francisco, which is the financial and tech center of the U.S. So pay attention there, because some of the smartest brains that put together Google, Facebook, Ripple, they're all kind of centralized, pulling from the same talent pool. So they're looking at the future growth of this $30 billion market cap, which is the entire cryptocurrency space. According to here, if you look, we're actually over $300 billion because the coins are back up. We've got Bitcoin over 11,000 per coin again. These people are looking to invest in the future growth. What happens when the market hits $1 trillion market cap and we haven't seen a massive influx of new coins? That means that the coin per coin, we're all going to see an average lift in value. And he's hoping that he's hedging that he's going to be able to get in now in the early adoption stage and be able to grow his fund's net wealth, and your net wealth if you're a part of the fund, through the future growth of cryptocurrencies. So there is risk, right? We got to be aware that the United States and some other countries may bring down regulations on cryptocurrencies in general, but there's also that hope that XRP in particular, having the interest of American Express, having the interest of some of the other major financial institutions, is going to mean that even if the cryptocurrency space is have difficulties or challenges, we'll say, that the technology behind it probably isn't going to go anywhere and actually will become more mainstream adopted. And you'll see that being applied to non-currency spaces. That could mean website encryption, data encryption. Data hacking has clearly been a big problem for businesses like Target and Sony and things like that. So being able to encrypt that data and decentralize the information so that somebody who hacks a machine can't get access to the entire file or the key that would bring you all the data. So just be aware that this coin may be set ready to boom. Can't guarantee that, but as a personal investor, I have a lot of interest in that, and I'm looking at increasing my position with the Ripple currency. Being that it's about 25 cents per coin, it means that you can casually chunk away a small amount of money every paycheck or every week, or throw $5 at it. It can make a meaningful investment because $5 here, $50 there, $10, whatever you do, you build a casual investment strategy, you diversify it, don't go all into Ripple, just like that hedge fund isn't going all into Ripple. And then just make sure that you never invest more than you can afford to lose, because clearly there's no guarantees. Everything appears to be a sea of green from time to time. Like right now, we're all nice and happy. Things are up. EOS is up another 19%. For the day, right? Bitcoin's up almost 4% today. We're looking at Litecoin up over 6%. Dashcoin, despite being privacy token, that's the only one in the top 10 that currently is 24 hours down, but look at its 7-day record. It's booming. So always invest wisely, diversify, do your research, but we hope that the information we can help provide you guys is going to give you some of that news and insight that's harder to find on your own, since there's not a lot of people talking about it. If this is your first time watching one of our Altcoin Buzz videos, go ahead and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you hit that bell so you can get alerts on our new upcoming videos every time we publish them. We're doing these 3-4 times a day, sometimes more often. So, stay abreast of the information, because this market is up and down and there's new things happening every day. Drop us a comment, tell us what you think. My name's Steve, signing off from Altcoin Buzz.